Can Optimus Prime stop Galactus? Let's talk about it. When I last made this video, I used a Unicron trilogy Optimus Prime. Obviously, I gave him, his Armada, Energon, Transformer Cybertron scaling with his Savage Claw mode, Sonic Wing mode, Raceling, and Spark Drinker. Obviously, with all that scaling there, and then obviously with the sheer fact that he gets every weapon and every power-up, yeah, he beat Galactus here. However, really realizing that I've barely used, other versions of Optimus on this channel, and I am starting to use the G1 Japanese comics a lot more. Today, I decided not to use the Unicron trilogy, not even use IDW. Today, we're going to use the Cloud World, a Optimus Prime that, in all honesty, would be right behind Alternity, and only because he does not have a true form. Let's talk about it here. But first things first, I think we should discuss the Galactus. Galactus is easily an autoversal entity, and we are using the standard base Galactus because currently we don't know where he really is. Last time we saw him, he became a destroyer armor version of himself here and was used to prevent the destruction of Eternity. But right now, we just don't know where he is or if he's still containing the destruction that was meant to hold Eternity. So, without further ado, let's really begin here. Galactus is easily an autoversal entity at his base form. Not only has he fought Celestials, which are massively above Skyfathers here, but he's also fought the Avengers and pretty much every hero on Earth multiple times here. It takes their combined efforts to just stagger Galactus. He's always been that powerful here until, well, I guess you could say recent years, where characters have just been able to harm him on multiple occasions, right? And even drain his power. You see, Galactus possesses the power cosmic. He's the main, progenitor of it here. And he can do whatever he wants with it. He's been able to trap people like Zeth in time streams or infinite time loops, having him relive his death over and over again. Keep in mind, Zeth is someone that is on par with the likes of Odin and Zeus here. He's also been able to fight beings like the Celestials, actually fought multiple Celestials at the same time, mind you, and was able to kill one. Something that has been rarely done in those time periods. But again, as of current time period, it's kind of simple to be on that tier. I'm just saying it's kind of sad how some of these cosmic entities went from being impossible to very rarely, being able to be beaten to now they can get caked walked like it's a 9 to 5. It's just sad. Now, Galactus also possesses things like, obviously, energy blast, energy absorption, as, again, he can actually drain energy from someone. Obviously, time manipulation, space manipulation. He's able to teleport as well here. He's also faster than light, as he has been able to cross galaxy in the span of seconds, even cross the universe in the span of seconds, and the universe is infinite in size here. He's also has telepathy, regeneration, to a certain degree, because again, Galactus has been, killed before here, so it's not impossible here. But overall, Galactus ranks pretty high in the cosmic hierarchy of Marvel, and I do believe he does have some decent scaling. Unfortunately, it's just that, current Galactus is just kind of fodder like most of the cosmic entities out here. But now let's talk about Cloud World here. And first things first, we have to talk about Sarah. But I also have to give a special shout out to Prime 1, who was able to provide this information here. Now, let's talk about Sarah. Now, Sarah is a cosmic entity, one of the most powerful cosmic entities here, and is the creator of Cloud World. You see, Sarah possesses the power of the Transformers Omniverse, right? She's able to give anyone this power. She's able to give people this Matrix level use like Autobots, Cybertronians, and Maximals, right? However, how high does this make these Cybertronians? Now, keep in mind, the Decepticons and Autobots have been at war in the Cloud World, a higher dimensional realm that is above the Omniverse here, and will probably be the second highest realm next to Alternity. So these Autobots basically have the power to not only be able to defend the Omniverse, but they have the power to go toe-to-toe with Alternity avatars and even being able to fight against the Heralds of Unicron. Yeah, I know it's absolutely insane, isn't it, here? The sheer fact that these characters can go toe-to-toe with the literal avatars of Alternities and even Unicron's avatars themselves here, which is absolutely insane. And you see, she gave this power to Optimus, Jazz, Bumblebee, Roadbuster, Grimlock, and a few other Cybertrons as well, while the Decepticons only stole a decent portion of it here. You see, this higher dimensional realm in this higher dimensional war actually has them fighting against threats to the entire multiverse, or the entire omniverse, excuse me, beings that can consume entire multiverses like they're nothing more than cookies. And again, I think it should be emphasized just how powerful these characters are. Starting off with Unicron, I think it should be simple to, I guess you could say, how powerful Unicron is here. He's easily a autoversal to high autoversal threat, being able to casually destroy, anything and everything in the omniverse, including the concepts itself here. If you guys want a more in-depth video on Unicron, please check out my Unicron versus Scarlet King video in the Monster Battles playlist. So yeah, you guys go ahead and enjoy that here. So with that being said here, the Transformers reality easily has infinite universes, obviously infinite sized multiverses that have infinite universes in them. Each continuity is its own multiverse. Each multiverse runs on quantum mechanics or quantum membranes, which dives into Hilbert space, and this pretty much dives into infinite dimensional spaces. And well, I think that gets it pretty simple here, as infinite dimensional spaces are easily high hyperversal, and yet characters like Unicron, Thunderwing, and Hytherian are able to consume them here. Now you might say, okay, well that makes sense here, but how powerful are the avatars of Alternities? Great. Now if you guys want a more in-depth video about how powerful Alternities are, go ahead and check out my Alternity Optimus Prime versus Godzilla in Hell video. So yeah, you guys enjoyed that here. So with that being said, Alternities, even the likes of Starscream, are able to consume and destroy entire timelines. This includes entire continuities, with Megatron having these blades that are able to cut the flow of time from an entire multiverse casually. And keep in mind, these are from the powers of Hytherian, a higher dimensional entity that is capable of consuming entire multiverses. And again, Vector Prime views this guy as a pet, meaning that Unicron would kind of view him as a nuisance. And again, Sarah has the powers to basically fight against the likes of entities like Unicron, and even giving people powers that can beat them, in all honesty. So if you guys really want to take it there, Sarah would actually be one of the most powerful, if not the third most powerful entity in the Transformers cosmology, as Sarah would be above the likes of Hytherian. She would also be above the likes of the Elder Gods, who were able to threaten other cosmologies within the Transformers IDW multiverse, which even included Dungeons and Dragons. Dungeons and Dragons being an infinite dimensional, or a three-layered infinite layered multiverse. Okay, with all these higher dimensional realms and stuff like that there. And again, they're able to threaten this, and these Elder Gods are confirmed nothing compared to Unicron's avatars. And then you have the sheer fact that Sarah is able to give Cybertronians the powers to not only confront these kind of beings, but to be able to fight on par and even beat them. This means that Cloud Optimus possesses the power to be above multiple high autoversal entities. Now you might say, oh, well, wouldn't that make him boundless? Again, remember, on this channel, we really don't dive into that because, again, I do think boundless characters should be able to leave their continuities and casually affect something that's not a part of it, all right? And so, with that being said here, yeah, I do believe that Sarah would be the third most powerful entity in the Transformers mythos. You see, she would be ranked below True Form Primus and Unicron, both within their true forms here. And then you have her. Then it would be Hytherian. And then it would likely be, well, I would probably say it would be the avatars of Primus and Unicron, then Hytherian, and then the Elder Gods. That's basically how I would rank them here. And the sheer fact that Cloud Optimus Prime possesses this power is absolutely frightening. So, there you guys have it. Cloud Optimus being a high universal entity due to the sheer fact that, again, Sarah is able to give people powers, or give him the power, or gave him, the powers to fight against the likes of Unicron avatars and alternatives and even beat them. So with that being said here, can he beat Galactus? Well, in all honesty, yeah. I do think he can beat Galactus here for multiple reasons. Number one, you guys have seen my video on Unicron versus Galactus. My take, the entire scaling for it, the debunk of even Death Battle's video entirely because of how dirty they did Galactus here. And the thing is, yeah, Galactus is powerful. I'm not saying he isn't. He is a very powerful entity. But see, if he's closer in power to the avatars of Unicron, and Cloud Optimus is imbued with the power to defeat these kind of avatars, then how is that really going to fare for Galactus? I mean, you can say, oh, what about the energy absorption and teleportation? He can counter that. If he's countering avatars of Unicron and alternatives who exist on higher dimensional planes within the Transformers Omniverse, then what's to really stop him from, just overriding it? Plus, again, this is still an Optimus Prime with the matrix of leadership and likely a lot higher levels of its abilities, including nullification and erasure. Now, again, I'm not sure the erasing aspect will work on Galactus unless he is really considered a chaotic entity, even though he is kind of neutral in nature here. But at the end of the day here, if I really had to say it, Sarah would be Galactus. And Optimus is imbued with her powers here. So, in all honesty, yeah, I would have to give it to Cloud Optimus. And I would actually say he does it with mid difficulty. He has a much higher level of power that can, in all honesty, I would probably say he could two-tap a Celestial at his lowest. And at his highest, it would be a one-shot, probably a 10 times difference, because, again, he is fighting against avatars of Unicron and alternatives. But that's going to be all today, you guys. I'm sure someone's going to complain down below. But please comment, like, and subscribe, and share with your friends. This is Legendary Grimlock, and you guys have a blessed day.